Welcome back to Wagertalk.com. NBA Sunday action. We've got a good one. Oklahoma City travels to Cleveland. Brian, I know you're a big Cleveland fan. You know we're ecstatic whenever LeBron James was named going back to Cleveland. He announced it. And I remember that day, you called me. You almost were like teary-eyed, and I didn't know if it was because LeBron was coming back or the day that you called me, you actually caught me going into Pink Box Donuts here in Las Vegas, and I told you they finally opened a new location on Eastern, and you got all emotional on me. I didn't know if it was the donuts or LeBron.
Yeah, I did tear up. I'm just a lifelong Clevelander until I moved out here and just loved the teams there. Never had a championship, and I was hoping that I could celebrate with some donuts afterwards.
There you go. Well, I kept texting you the days coming up to it that I knew, to me, I was 100% sure he was coming back to Cleveland. There's just no way he was going to let that story go as long as it did and not end up at Cleveland. He wasn't going to do that to his hometown a second time because it took him a while to overcome the decision in what happened the first time. I mean, it put a little asterisk on his legacy, in my opinion.
I thought when he originally made the decision, I thought the same way. I said
he's not doing this to break everybody's heart.
Yeah, I said he's not going to have a TV show just to break the hearts of the hometown. So you never know.
But fast forward to now, it hasn't been what everybody was hoping. I mean, you listen to most of the experts and the talking heads on TV and shows like we do. They wanted to just go ahead and hand the Eastern Conference to Cleveland, and people forget. When he went to Miami, they were 500 the first how many games. You just don't plug in superstars and make it a mega superstar. You've got to fill each other out. You've got to find out. We all know who the alpha dog is, but then what ends up happening is everybody's trying to make the other guy happy, so that you're not stepping on anybody's toes, and you don't have the proper chemistry, the ball movement, whatever. It takes time to get that going. And then unfortunately for Cleveland, they had some injuries to the team. Most notably, LeBron missed the most games that he's missed ever in his career. And so that didn't help. Now he's back. Now there seems to be that little bit of flow going. And to me, they're playing their best ball of the year right now. And are they going to make that big push and make a run at, Atlanta's way out there right now. Nobody saw that coming. But where do you see Cleveland finishing? 1, 2, 3?
I'm not even sure they're going to finish in the top 3. They put themselves in the back of the 8 ball, as they say. But there's going to be nobody in the NBA that's going to want to play Cleveland come playoff time. It's sort of like San Antonio. San Antonio doesn't have the greatest record right now. Nobody wants to play the Spurs come playoff time. There's a lot of talk. LeBron lost a lot of weight in the offseason. And just the continual grind of having to play in the playoffs. I mean, the guy's played more NBA games at his age than anybody in the history of the league. And early in the season, you could tell that he wasn't the same LeBron. A lot of it is getting older. A lot of it is not knowing where to fit in on the team. But since he took that time off, it's been a totally different player since he has come back. Not only is Cleveland winning, which is a byproduct of LeBron playing better, but he's hustling more. He's back to being the old LeBron that we've seen all these years. So the injury and the rest that he was able to take, and I'll be honest with you, when you're sitting on the sidelines for 10 games and looking at your rest of your team playing, you've got a pretty good idea of what your strengths, what your weaknesses are. So when he came back in, he said, hey, quit doing this, you quit doing this, this is where I need you to play. And now they're starting to spread it all around. They're all playing where we thought they would be, and Cleveland now is one of the contenders in the Eastern Conference.
Do you think now that LeBron's back and they got everything figured out, do you think Kevin Love becomes more of the offense as well?
Well, Kevin Love has had injury problems. He's had a bad back. I've been very happy with the way Kevin Love has played. I mean, the guy just goes out there. He's not a good defensive player. We knew that coming into the season. So you're not going to get that out of Kevin Love. But the guy's a battler on the boards. Now they make the trade with Denver. Now I'm really excited for next year when Varejao comes back and plays his 30 games until he gets hurt again. But they've got some major guys on the inside that can rebound. And when you can rebound like that, and guys getting out, the smaller guys on the Cavs, even LeBron running the court, I mean, they're going to have a lot of fast break points, and right now they don't have that. But with Mozgov coming in, now I'm seeing it. They're getting 2 or 3 times. I love the front court of Cleveland right now. They've got some depth that they didn't have earlier. I like the way this team's playing. But on the other side, you got an Oklahoma team right now who's playing really good ball once again. Last night, as I said, we're taping on Thursday. They go into Washington and take that game in overtime. They're starting to believe in themselves. They took a while. Once again, you have that thought when they would get the 2 stars coming back, that very similar to Cleveland. They'd come back and they just go on a tear. Well, they didn't. But now they're starting to play well again. This is a great battle.
Yeah, I just think with the scheduling spot that we've got with Oklahoma City, 4 games in 6 nights, and this being now that there's no NFL, NBA center stage, LeBron's got center stage. This is his statement game. I got to look at the Cavs here. I'm going to go ahead and lay the points with the Cavs on Sunday. I think they win this one by 7 to 9 points over Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, they could probably play this game 10 times, and Oklahoma City might win 6 of the 10. But because of the situation on Sunday, being a home game, national spotlight game, and them playing the 4 games in 6 days, I think this is a game that Cleveland has got to get to make that statement, and I think they do it. And guys, if you head over to Wagertalk.com, if you're a first-time buyer, first time you spend $12 with us, you email support@Wagertalk.com. We will send you $50. We'll put $50 in your account after your first $12 purchase as a signing bonus. And don't forget, this is Sunday. Check back over on Tuesday. Every Tuesday at Wager Talk, we have our $2 Tuesdays. We highlight one capper. We give his best bet for the day for just $2. It's a great way to try out some of our great cappers. All right, guys, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's videos. We'll be back next week. A lot of Super Bowl coverage next week. We're going to do a little preview with some of the recap from last week and a sneak peek at the Super Bowl. But we'll have a loaded schedule next week with information on the Super Bowl. That's it for WagerTalk.com. He's Bryan Leonard. I'm Marco D'Angelo. Have a great week.